So, I love going to the orthodontist. Yeah. Now, I'm going to start off with telling you something that is a complete lie. That's a lie. Yeah. That actually used to be one of my childhood fears, was going to the orthodontist or the dentist, both. Every single one of them. So, I remember it was probably, I'm gonna say, uh, probably six. No. I think I was 13. I think I was 13. Anyways, I got my braces, right? Like, this is the weirdest thing. Like, I don't know about you. I was a kid that I wanted braces. I wanted them. I don't know why. I knew they hurt and that they were terrible. And they didn't actually make you cool, but for some reason I thought they did. And everybody else had them. So I wanted braces. Like, that was something I was going to get. Let me just stop you right now. That is a bad idea. Don't get them. Okay? Don't get braces. Because you know what? You know what you gotta do to get braces? You gotta go to the orthodontist. And they're gonna break your heart. And you keep going, you're like, okay, I'm scared of this place. I'm probably gonna die. They're gonna stick something in my mouth. Okay, their hands, their freaking, the little pokey things. Okay, those hurt. And every time, I get the worst, the freaking worst. Like, let's call the new guy in here. Yeah, Colin's getting his teeth done, chair 4, right on down. I don't care if you haven't come out of grad school. It's fine. He's not gonna feel a thing. I did. I felt everything. Okay? Your sleep medicine doesn't work. Okay, I'm like a freaking ninja. I'm not gonna fall asleep. Right? Not. So I want braces, and I go in, and they're like, oh, I get them and everything, and this is like the 4th time I come back in, 4th time, for my orthodontic appointment, and I had to psych myself up, everything like that. I got something in my eye. So this is like the 4th time I come in to the orthodontist, and there was something, my braces were really bothering me on the side of my mouth, and I'm like, hey, can y'all fix this? Can y'all do something about it? And they're like, yeah, sure. Just head on down to chair 4. Be there in a minute. It was a new person. It was a new person. They called a new person in. I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm like mentally preparing myself. I'm freaking out a little bit. I can't stand the when they like and scratch your. I know what's going on. I was awake one time when they always told me, oh, I'm just gonna pinch on your mouth. Yeah, my eyes were open. I saw it. Okay, freaking. If you're a little kid, just turn away for a second. It's a freaking shot like this big, freaking this big. It hurts. Okay, all right, not cool. Sitting in the chair, getting nervous. I know it's gonna be a new. I'm freaking in my mind. I know it's gonna be a new guy. Oh, I was wrong. It was a new girl. Her name was Sharon. Okay. I don't know why. I remember that, but her name was Sharon. She was approximately 21 years of age, and I'm fairly certain she just came out of like college. Okay. She was nervous, mostly because whenever she's like, okay, open your mouth. I'm just gonna look inside your teeth. Here, I'm just gonna make it short, and I'm like, oh, she's like, no, don't move, it's gonna make it harder. Began to scratch everything but my teeth. My tongue was already bleeding. She like scratched it, like I think 2 or 3 times with the little pokey thing. That's what they're called. Okay, that is the medical term, the pokey thing. As she begins to demutilate my mouth, she goes in to do the wire cutting thing. Like, you gotta get refitted. This is where it starts to go downhill, okay? Just gonna tell you right now. It's not a good idea. She can't. She puts the thing in, and it's like this big, like as big as my fist, okay? And she's trying to fit it in. I'm 13. My mouth is not even as big as her fist, okay? That's not gonna happen. That's like trying to swallow a watermelon, but smaller, like a very big lime. That's the best I got. She's putting this gigantic lime in my mouth. That is the wire cutter. She can't get a grip, so she's like punching me in the face. She's punching me in the face. I'm like, and I'm trying to make a joke because I'm freaking out. I'm scared. I'm like, I don't think you KO'd me yet. And she's like, like didn't know what I was talking about and just continued. I'm pretty sure I had a black eye after we were done. And so that's the first part. She didn't get it. Finally, she clips it, right? And when you clip it, they're supposed to hang on and pull the little piece of the wire that they snipped out, like, keeping it closed. Yeah, she didn't do that. Pulling it out and goes up and drops it in my mouth. Drops it in my mouth. She punched me in the face. She's new. I hate going. Now she drops a wire down my throat. Thank goodness. My ninja-like reflexes stop it with my tongue. Best save ever. Okay, I am my own hero at that point. Right? Nothing else matters but getting that metal thing out of my freaking throat. I could become like Metal Dude or something. Like, I don't know. I don't want no freaking superpowers, alright? I want to get out of the dens and I want to live. That's starting to go down the drain pretty fast. You know how she decides to save my life? Sticks her melon fist in my mouth. Again. Really? Please, Sharon. Please. Don't. I'm unable to do this due to the, clamps on the side of my mouth. I'm not able to say anything but, so she does. Inevitably knocking one of the clamps out of my mouth, thus freeing my jaw, allowing me to bite. I did not restrained. Barely. Just ever so barely. In the midst of the chaos and the loosening of the clamp on this cheek right here. Yeah. She had just cut there. Fresh wire. In the midst of the turmoil, the wire had freed itself from its imprisonment. That was my bracket. It stabbed me into the cheek. Not a little bit. Like, all of my cheek. Like, it went... it was almost poking out the other side. I relished in pain for about 12 minutes. That's when Sharon got her wits back. Snapped out of it, got to action. Barely out of grad school. Sharon, you need a new job. She goes back in to cut the wire. She cuts it. In my cheek. She cuts it still in my cheek. Then she has to get, I kid you not, she gets tweezers and pulls it out of my freaking cheek. It was this big. Okay? I'm not under any anesthetic. My tongue is bleeding. I have a semi-black eye. I think I'm floating in and out of consciousness. A piece of metal almost went down my throat and was now burrowed in my cheek and thus just taken out. And you know what? My mom still got billed. And yeah, that's it. What happens when you go to the dentist, orthodontist, if you just go to the teeth place? Moral of the story is floss a lot, all the time, and be born with straight, naturally straight teeth. I don't know how you do that, but just mentally think it. Teach it to your children. Let them live. Lighting is really bad, I'm sorry. Yeah. Turn the TV off.